everyone, how have you been? Welcome to Talk Sunday. Today I'm bringing you the story of a girl who was abused by her sick, sadistic tormentor father who starved her and tortured her in the most unspeakable way you can ever imagine. She has been named Genie so her identity can be protected. She is also known as the feral child who left a mark on the memories of many researchers. Genie, born in 1957, was a severely abused kid as a deranged, demented, crazed father had strapped her into a handmade straitjacket and tied her to a chair in a dark room of a suburban house in a sleepy California town since she was a toddler. He had forbidden her to cry, speak, or make any noise, and had beaten her and growled at her like a dog. My research said that the only noises she heard were his growls. I mean, dog growls. This story made news as one of America's most violent, most unbelievable, despicable cases of child abuse. Here is a photograph of Genie. Walter Cronkite, an American broadcast journalist who served as an anchorman for the CBS Evening News for 19 years and was often cited as the most trusted man in America during the 1960s and 70s, has said he could not understand how a quiet residential street, Golden West Avenue in Temple City, a sleepy Californian town, could produce a feral child, a child so bereft of human touch. She brought back memories of cases like the wolf child of Hesse in the 14th century, the bear child of Lithuania in 1661, and Victor of Evron, a boy reared in the forests of revolutionary France. How? Let's go back a little, guys. Let's find out more about Genie's father, Clark Wiley. He grew up in foster homes in the Pacific Northwest and worked as a machinist on aircraft assembly lines in Los Angeles during and after the Second World War. He married Irene Oglesby, a Dust Bowl migrant 20 years his junior. Guys, some of you might be wondering, Dust Bowl migrant? Yeah. Who is a Dust Bowl migrant? The Dust Bowl was a period of severe dust storms that greatly damaged the ecology and agriculture of the American and Canadian prairies during the 1930s. Severe drought and a failure to apply dryland farming methods to prevent the wind erosion caused this phenomenon. This made Americans refugees in their own country. Okay guys, now let's go back to Genie's father, who was a cruel, controlling man who hated noise, and he did not want children. Yet, 4 children were born to him and Irene. Guys, this is so sad. The first, a baby girl, died after being left in a cold garage. A second died from birth complications. A third, a boy named John, survived. And 5 years later, in 1957, a baby was born, the girl who would become known as Genie. When a drunk driver killed Clark Wiley's mother in 1958, he kind of went berserk, totally insane, totally out of control, and into uncontrollable bursts of anger and paranoia. He brutalized John. Clark Wiley locked his 20-month-old daughter alone in a small bedroom, and she was isolated and barely able to move. When not harnessed to a potty seat, she was constrained in a type of straitjacket and a wire mesh-covered crib. Wiley imposed silence with his fist and a piece of wood. That is how Genie passed the 1960s. This abuse came to the attention of Los Angeles child welfare authorities in November 1970 when she was 13 years and 7 months old. She hobbled into a Los Angeles County welfare office in October 1970, a stooped, withered waif with a curious way of holding up her hands like a rabbit. She looked about 6 or 7 years old. At first, the welfare officers thought it was autism. Then they discovered she could not talk. She was incontinent and salivated and spat. She had 2 nearly complete sets of teeth. Extra teeth in such cases are known as supernumeraries, a rare dental condition. She could barely chew or swallow and could not fully focus her eyes or extend her limbs. She weighed just 59 pounds, about 26 kilograms, and she was 13 years old. Throughout the time scientists studied Genie, she made substantial advances in her overall mental and psychological development. Within months, she developed exceptional nonverbal communication skills and gradually learned some basic social skills. However, she could never speak properly or socialize in a way that was even remotely considered normal. Today, she is in a home and her whereabouts are undisclosed. Genie is now probably in her early 60s. Let's hope she's happy in her own way. Guys, before I go, I need to point out to you that genies, or jinn as they are better known in the Arabic world, are supernatural beings with roots in ancient Mesopotamian legends. Western audiences associate a genie with an imprisoned spirit trapped in a bottle or an oil lamp who, when freed, can grant wishes. This helpless little girl who shuffled into the world in 1970 with rabbit-like behavior and could only growl, enchanted many people and drew people in with curiosity and compassion. The incident made people aware of the unspeakable horrors of child abuse. Guys, Genie never truly escaped. She didn't have a chance. Thank you, guys. I shall see you again with more intriguing and thought-provoking stories real soon. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the story and please subscribe to support the channel. Thank you, guys. Good night.